Darkcast Network. Out of the shadows comes the best of indie podcasts.
Welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast, where two lifelong horror fans talk all things horror. Pour yourself your favorite drink and hang out. Here are your hosts, Josh and Jake.
Hey guys, welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast. My name's Josh.
And I'm Jake.
And on today's episode, what movie are we going to be discussing?
We are covering 2014's The Voices.
Yeah, we can't pronounce the director's name, so we're not even going to give it a whirl.
Yeah, I don't want to butcher her name or his name.
I
don't want to butcher their name, so look it up. And if you pronounce it, go for it.
Yeah, let us know how to pronounce it. This is a random, but yet here it is, entry into the J Squared Horror Podcast. I personally love this movie, but one thing that sparked it is your hatred for Ryan Reynolds. So I'm excited about that.
I don't hate Ryan. Ryan, if you listen, I don't hate you, dude. Okay?
He does.
I just feel like you're the same character in every movie. But this movie, you surprised me. So
okay, there we
I'll
go.
say that.
Yes. If you guys have not seen Voices or The Voices, is that what it's
The
technically?
Voices,
The
yeah.
Voices yet? Pause us. This is actually a fun movie. It does have some gore. It does have some other things in it, but it's free on Peacock.
I watched it on Freebie.
Did you have ads?
Yeah.
Ah, gross.
Which is crazy because I'm watching it and it'll be like a kind of intense moment. And then it'll be like a commercial for like Blink. I'm like, what? So it does kind of. So if I can say this. So when I suggest YouTube, I was just no ads, obviously.
Yeah.
Maybe don't watch too many movies on Tubi.
Yeah.
Or Freebie.
Mm-hmm.
Because the ads
Take you
kind of take you out of it. The suspense.
If you do have a Peacock subscription, it is free on there.
Which I do, but didn't even think to look. I thought,
Dude,
Freebie,
the
got it.
first thing I do when we talk about covering a movie is I just Google the movie and click where to watch. I scroll through all of that, and 80% of the time it's like free here or $3, $2, whatever.
I just go to Amazon where it says search. And
you're like, it's not here. It's not on Amazon, so I'm not going to watch it.
What's that? Freebie? Got it. Watch it.
Yeah. If you got, I think it's only a couple bucks to rent. It might be like $3 to rent. If you don't want to have to worry about the ads that happen during it. Cause yeah, like anything, it's going to take you out of the movie, especially for all the modern, movie watchers out there. Well, I'm surprised being that we're 90s babies, it really affected you at all, but that was our livelihood for quite a long time.
Sure.
That's the opportunity to go pee, go grab a snack. But yeah, it's free on Peacock. You can watch it for cheap on Amazon Prime or for free on Freebie, as he called it.
Yeah.
I know I've seen that. It's kind of like the voodoo thing we joked about the other day. I don't know. It's a Tubi. It's basically just a Tubi.
I thought, this is already on my TV? How the fuck did this happen?
I didn't have to download anything. Oh, fuck. Full send.
Fuck it.
It's literally called Freebie, though, so that makes sense.
Yeah. It probably just comes, like you
just
have it. It's on there.
It's built into everything. Yeah. But before we get into this episode super deep, what would we like to let anyone new to the J Squared Horror Podcast know?
As always, like and subscribe on YouTube.
Pretty, please.
We're also on Spotify.
We are.
We're on Apple.
We are.
And still Google.
As far as we know, we're still available on Google.
Also, of course, on Instagram. J Squared Horror Podcast. Link tree in the bio. New episodes every Thursday.
Every Thursday, two lifelong horror fans decide to get together and talk all things horror.
We have mastered the snap, by the way.
You've gotten very good at the snap over the years. We humbly consider ourselves the most original horror podcast out there, meaning we are not an information-based podcast. We are a communication-based podcast. Blah, 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 blah.
We are.
We are a communication-based podcast, meaning we don't just dissect movies the traditional way of a lot of horror content creators out there. What we do, we get drinks, we chat, and yell, and argue, or agree on different movies, or theories, or ideas in horror. What we'd also like to do is include as many fans as possible into our podcast. Last week, we had another guest on. He is a returning guest, CII Jones. He's a local horror author in our area. But if you would like to be a part of the J Squared Horror Podcast in any capacity, go to www.jsquaredhorrorpodcast.com. You can request episode ideas or request to be on the episode live and in person. We would like either of those. Obviously, with watching and enjoying a lot of horror content, we kind of run out of original ideas of what to cover or how to keep you guys entertained. So please, please, please use that to let us know. If you don't want to go to the website, hit us up on Instagram. Email us, jsquaredhorror@gmail.com, anything like that. We want to include as many of you guys this year as possible. That would be amazing. What I'd also like to mention is that we are a part of the Darkcast Network. I know, it's super cool. They invited us to be a part of their podcasting network a couple years ago, and they have been a great resource for us. Now, we release episodes every Thursday, but they have a plethora of podcasts that are available all week long. Go check out the Darkcast Network. Support those amazing content creators because they deserve it, and they work just as hard as we do to bring true crime, dark and spooky, original horror, or just original podcasts in general. So please, please, please go check out the Darkcast Network and support them because they have been supporting the J Squared Horror Podcast. Talking is a chore when you're still sick. It's been like 3 weeks.
You've been sick for a while.
Been sick for a while, man. I don't do anything to take care of myself, but
You should.
I know I should. I take a couple medicines here or there, but the breathing thing sucks. The way my voice sounds sucks. Coughing all the time sucks.
Well, you got to make the necessary changes to make that not a thing anymore.
Yeah. Nah. Just keep riding it out.
We're 2 months later.
Yeah.
Still the same symptoms.
Got an oxygen tank on during the episodes. All right. Voices. 2014.
The Voices.
Jesus Christ. The Voices from 2014 is an extremely entertaining movie because I haven't quite seen anything like it because of like how everything plays out. Would you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Ryan Reynolds. It's absolutely shocking that he said yes to this movie.
Yeah, he had to actually act in this movie.
Yes, exactly.
So he's probably.
I will
gotta
agree with
work.
you and every other Ryan Reynolds hater out
Like,
there
fuck, I gotta work. I'll try it.
that he's not his cliche self. He's not the college drunk douche
Yeah,
of Van Wilder,
or the super like
Deadpool,
smart ass.
this just cocky smart ass. Literally same. You can watch the movie. Was it like 6 or something that he came out with on Netflix? It's like the same character.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He does it very well.
No, he does that very well. But it is nice to see him
do something else.
because yes, okay. So in horror, we have Amityville horror.
Yeah,
That's his insert into horror, and I like it. Not everybody does.
I own it on DVD.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
I watched it on a PSP. It's called a PlayStation Portable.
Yeah, I remember those.
And it was probably the scariest movie experience of my life because I had this little screen in my face with headphones on.
Yeah.
Oh, it was terrifying. All you could hear is everything in that movie. But this movie, I feel like he pushed the envelope for his acting career, and he doesn't get any type of like notoriety or like pats on the back for it. And it's like,
yeah, we're not that good.
it's good
To
though.
get pats on the back for it though.
Well, for Ryan Reynolds.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah. He should. It's an enjoyable movie.
I'm not saying it's not enjoyable. It's not like it's Oscar worthy.
No, but I'm saying,
he should be just applauded for acting for once in his fucking
yeah,
life.
but what I'm saying is, for him, against his other movies, it is a very good performance by him versus him constantly playing the same character. So for that, I think he should get more pats on the back.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like Just Friends. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
See? I love my movies.
I mean, that's a good movie too.
Great movie. I
I
love
was
Just
thinking
Friends.
about it, man. Though, what is the movie where he was fat at one point?
Just Friends.
Yeah, I
Yep.
couldn't think of what it was called. Yeah,
Yep. Because he
he's also not the regular,
is.
as I call it, just the Van Wilder persona.
Yeah, but he is. But also he isn't because of his past and
Yeah.
being the fat, goofy guy.
Yeah.
So he portrays current Ryan Reynolds, but that's not his true self.
Yeah.
But this movie's just insane. It's insane. And two of my favorite characters of all time, Mr. Whiskers and Bosco. Were you as surprised to realize that were the voices that he was hearing in his apartment? Because the first time you hear those voices, it's off screen.
So I wasn't, because when you hear it, it sounds like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, it does.
So I knew it was just voices in his head.
Yeah. I think that, so basically, he is a weird single guy who like seems to have like a touch of something. A touch of something.
So when you first meet him,
Yeah.
it does appear there's a slight touch to him.
There's a little touch to him.
Just a little bit.
A little bit of spice on the brain. A little bit of spice on the brain.
But as he goes on, you see he's just mentally just...
Yeah, you realize throughout the movie that he's just completely fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
From everything he went through in life. But the one thing, and I don't want to sound in like disingenuous to people that have like mental disorders or anything. Like this brings a lot of fun and humor to it. Even though what happened to him as a kid is super dark and messed up.
Yeah.
But the movie's able to paint this nice, fun and funny line through it while also still giving you just a couple of background clips to make it seem like, oh, that's why he's so dark and twisted.
Yeah.
And it doesn't waste a lot of time on it, which is big for us. We don't like humongous, crazy backstories and like repeated storylines that are constantly getting brought up during the film.
So I will say, before I watched it, you told me the first 20 minutes or so.
The first 20 minutes are brutal.
So I'm sitting like, all right, dude.
Yeah, I know. I told you. And I'm pretty sure I'm pretty spot on with the amount of time. Yeah.
When it finally took off, I paused it.
Yeah.
It was like 23 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The first 20 minutes is just like building up who we think Ryan Reynolds' character is.
Yeah.
Like this kind of quirky, weird, single guy that maybe he's just a really nice guy and maybe he is just misunderstood because people know his history and his life is kind of weird, or like he works for a bathtub company and like tapes boxes. And it's like, okay, this guy's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And he's very awkward in front of women and he's very uncomfortable, relatable for a lot of people, but still, it's not very Ryan Reynolds, and it's very, like, he's a very attractive dude, and it's funny that he's playing this guy that gets zero attention except from one female, which is Anna Kendrick.
Who sees him as he looks like Ryan Reynolds.
She's like,
yeah,
snack daddy.
I'm like, what do you talk about?
Yeah.
You're a good-looking guy.
Good-looking guy, but he wants nothing to do with her at first.
Yeah, which you
because
knew.
he's got the Brit.
Which you knew, hey, man, this is the one for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy to think that, like, if he would have just behaved, that probably could have panned out to be in a beautiful relationship.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, they got along very well.
Yeah. And it sucks that the British chick was like a bitch.
She was a bitch.
She was.
Straight up, dude. She deserved it. I mean,
it was accidental.
I didn't mean that.
It was accidental.
I didn't mean no woman deserves to get murdered.
No person does.
Okay, yeah. No, there are people that deserve to get murdered.
Maybe she was one of them.
No.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, how the turntables turn. No, but it's funny because, like, he finally puts himself out there in front of the girl that he likes because he gets included in this party nominee, like this party thing. And then he thinks they're like clicking, and he's like, hey, you should come to this restaurant with me. It's going to be a lot of fun. She stands him up. Then, in passing, finds her because her car's broken down outside.
She drives an old
65 Mustang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't charge her little bullshit phone.
But then in 2015, that's pretty relatable.
So charge your phone, though. You gotta charge your phone. You're at work all day, just sitting you're an account. You're just sitting there all day.
Yeah, you have outlets
Charge
everywhere.
your phone.
Yeah, charge your phone. Ladies, gentlemen, charge your phone.
For those of you who don't charge your phone at work, you should.
My phone's charging all day at work.
Just plug it up.
Because it's playing music.
Yeah, just charge it.
Yeah, charge it. Were you shocked at that first kill?
No. One, because he's a fucking goober. And two, him having that knife, as soon as she fell, thinking, yeah, he's going to trip. I knew.
Did you know exactly how it was going to play out? Yeah.
He's going to fucking trip, I didn't expect him to like continue to stab her.
Yeah. That's where it kind of takes the turn.
So I thought about the deer.
Yeah, it's great because what happened? They're driving down some long road, looking for some like diner or something. I think.
Yeah.
And they're like kind of like vibing for once.
Yeah.
In the whole movie, like they're actually kind of clicking, and he's paying way too much attention to her.
Yeah.
And then a deer.
Sees her as an angel.
Yeah, he's definitely tripping balls
Yeah,
in his own little head.
You know, I get sometimes you meet certain women and you hold them up on these pedestals.
Yeah.
Don't. Because you might.
Hey, I feel like you can.
Because you might actually murder them one day.
Hey.
You never know.
Murder happens.
It does. But I think.
But also, like, make sure that she's not a bitch first.
Yeah, I think it was him. I think also it was the fact that, you know, you kind of just stand me up. But also the whole deer thing and the saving from my misery kind of thing, which we see.
Kill me.
Which you see goes back to his mom.
Yep. Oh,
He's
fuck.
like-
I didn't
Yeah.
put that parallel together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, fuck it. I'm just going to take you out, right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Are you though?
Yeah, he kills the deer because of that.
Yeah.
And then he turns around and kills her because
Yeah.
of that. He doesn't want her to suffer.
Very sloppy though.
Very sloppy.
Very sloppy. He's not like a real like killer.
No, but you know what he is good
That was
with?
his first time.
You know what he is good with?
What?
Cardboard and tape. Because he makes
Dude,
the
when
front
he-
end of his truck
Yeah.
look perfect.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? It's like little details like that
That's why he works in packing.
throughout this movie. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
such ties into his character.
And you see his ability to package and organize. Why he kills people.
Yeah.
He can just put them all up and they're all
But did he?
organized and they're in the little boxes.
Because
or
that's
little
happy.
containers.
That's happy world him. Because taking the pills him, that house did not look very clean and organized.
Well, it took a while. Well, when he kills her, it's just one body.
Yeah.
It's actually little containers all organized.
Yeah.
As they pile up, he's like, I'm not putting all this fucking work into this again.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
Also,
gonna throw you in some bags, put you
Yeah.
here, put you there.
all right. So if I don't know if this question's appropriate, but we're the most original horror podcast for a
All right.
reason. Let's go ahead and if you were to accidentally or not murder a woman you were interested in,
Yeah.
are you gonna go about the process of cleanup the same way, or are you just gonna leave her in the woods and hope that nobody finds your DNA anywhere?
I am 100% leaving her in the woods.
Okay.
I'm gonna dig a hole
Okay.
and leave her there. I think he fucked up by listening to Mr. Whiskers saying that you have to go get the body.
Yeah.
Do something with
Because
it.
originally he did.
Yeah, because you think if for whatever reason they find out the last person she talked to or met up with was you,
Yeah.
they're coming to your house.
Yeah. 100%.
They're going to you live on top of a fucking bowling alley.
Which is pretty cool.
It is kind of cool.
That's very cool.
They're going to find it
Yeah. But he doesn't live in that world.
and putting her head in the refrigerator. You leave her in the ground. You put a little more work in the digging the hole.
Yeah.
Also, you work in like a packaging company.
Yeah, you could just ship her off to somewhere.
Yeah, figure it out.
They put her in a tub. Ship her to some customer.
Yeah, put her in a tub. Put her in a fucking box.
Yeah.
Put her in a box in the ground.
Ooh. You could tape her up.
Yeah, something.
I mean, you could have still chopped her up and just scattered her pieces everywhere.
Like you changed her clothes and wrapped her up. No, don't do all that.
That's a lot.
That's too
Especially
much.
if he was in love with her.
Then he left her shoe and her insides on the ground.
Hey. I don't know how you were able to figure out who that was, though, based on your intestines.
Off just the shoe and the intestines.
Yeah. That seemed a little far-fetched.
I don't think they
I'm not a
said-
true crime expert.
I don't
but-
think they said the person. They said a missing woman.
Yeah. And there's not too many people in this town, probably.
True.
Yeah.
They just and they think, well, homegirl from his job has been answering her phone calls or
Yeah.
coming to work. They just put two and two together.
Very true. Yeah. Yeah. So you wouldn't keep trophies
For what?
like of your kills. You wouldn't keep a piece.
If I didn't mean to kill her, no.
But he meant to kill her.
He tripped.
He just didn't know it.
He tripped.
He did trip, and
I don't
but
think,
why did he take the knife with him?
You always have the option to not do it because you find out with the second girl, when he takes her to his house he grew up in, he brought a knife then too.
He still kills her later.
But not then. He puts the knife down.
He wasn't intending to kill her. It was her fault.
Then why'd he bring a knife to the first time? He took her to the house.
No, he was intending to kill her then, but then he realized that she liked him.
Yeah.
For him. Whoa.
Deep.
You find somebody that likes you for you, man. You put that knife down.
You better now and then, you meet someone who you think is interested, but you find out they're not interested and they're just a bitch,
That does happen.
And every now and then, you get that rage inside of you. You're like, you know what? All you do is play with my fucking emotions, and you're going to pay for that.
Dude, you know what, man? You're allowed to feel that.
Just put it out there, guys.
You know what? I'm not
does
saying
happen.
you particularly.
I know.
The person that could be going through that situation is allowed to feel that anger, that hate, and fucking kill a couple
And
people.
sometimes you got to let it out.
You do have to let it
However
out.
you choose to.
Well,
Don't murder anyone.
yeah.
So I won't say however you choose to, but in a better way.
If that thought does cross your mind, maybe put on Grand Theft Auto and take out your anger on some hookers.
Or listen
Grand Theft
to
Auto.
the J Square Horror Podcast.
Supposedly we're a good time. So
That's
we
what I
can
heard.
distract you from the murderistic instincts that you may have. This episode, you should stop if you have thoughts of murdering people.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're going down a path here where we're both just going to agree that murdering is okay in certain aspects.
We're going to pay to do it.
Hey, you play with someone's emotions for your greater gain just to get attention from somebody. You're playing a dangerous game there.
Yeah. And when you play dangerous games, you win dangerous prizes.
Yeah. Like an accidental stab.
But anyway, the second
Multiple
girl
stabs.
wasn't playing that game.
She was a sweetheart. And then Kendrick's character in this movie is a sweetheart.
She's so good in Pitch Perfect.
She is very good in Pitch Perfect. But I think she's really good in this movie, too.
She's good. I like this that sweet,
It's that
wholesome.
cute little sweet, innocent
She's
girl.
good at that.
Yeah, she is. I think that's just who she is as a person, though.
It could be.
But she also played in that one movie with Aubrey Plaza and Zac Efron. Yeah, she's kind of a trickster. But not this one. She's a sweetheart. And her sweetheartness got her. Because she was trying to be nice. But also don't show up to somebody's house.
That was my first thing.
Yeah, let's just go ahead. Don't ask
Don't just show up at
HR
the fucking house.
for my address and then show up at my house.
And I tell you, I'm going to use the skyline. You want to fucking come to the door anyway?
And she picked the lock, so it's breaking and entering. I feel like that one could have been wrapped up as self-defense if he didn't chop her head off.
I mean, although that is very true.
He could have got away with that one.
True.
Yeah, she broke into my house
Yeah, so I had to defend myself.
by pushing her when I was already at the furthest point in my house, which is my bedroom. She attacked me. I pushed her.
Dude,
she hit her head on the bed.
When her neck hit that thing, I was like, oh, shit.
The part that I liked about it is her eyes then started to be getting filled with blood. And I was like, whoa. The details in this movie are insane. They are good.
I was like, holy shit.
And like the noise, like her limpness. I was
Yeah,
like, this shit's crazy.
It like woke me like, oh, shit. 'Cause I thought
And she's still like sad and like trying to be nice. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
that's a genuinely nice person.
Yeah. She was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, man, you have nothing to be sorry for.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, coming over unannounced and breaking
Breaks my
in.
house.
You know.
You're fighting too much.
I mean, the head was on the table. She didn't go in the refrigerator looking for it. He was having a conversation with her.
I feel like you see that here, like, yeah, that's a head. I should just leave.
I'm leaving. I'm not
going to group and look on it. And I feel like he liked her enough to where he did, to an extent, believe she wouldn't say anything.
He did. It was an accident, but then he had to finish his job.
He didn't have to push her on the bed.
She ran at him with like a thing, like a weapon, didn't she? I thought she ran at him with something.
I thought
She hit him a couple times, and he was like, "That hurt."
yeah. She
I remember him
apologized.
saying that.
She
Yeah,
apologized.
she's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to."
I mean, you meant to.
But then something happened where she tried to like run away or something. He's like, "Oh, ah." But that's like one of those instances where it's
He
like
threw
you
her-
don't know your own strength.
He threw her hard.
Very hard.
And she fucking
That's perfect. That was great. That was
thank
great.
you.
Very good.
She was just there. Her eyes start welling, and like she knew, like I can't. And then when she
She was
says,
paralyzed, yeah.
then when she says, "I just want to go home,"
It made me a little hot in the
I
face.
was like, "Damn,
It was sad.
you're never going home, though."
You're never going home.
You know that.
You do.
I'm surprised he didn't say you can't.
No, he's too nice.
I know, but he knew, like, but she ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. You're going to be a new head in my fridge.
Yeah, you know that. You guys know each other.
Yeah.
You're former coworkers.
Too many loose ends here. It sucks, though, because I genuinely feel if she didn't come over that day,
She would have been good.
he would have thrown away the head, gotten rid of it eventually, because Bosco would be like, hey, buddy, she's the one. And Mr. Whiskers would have been his little asshole self.
He was a real piece of shit.
I loved Mr.
And I
Whiskers.
love that-
Mr. Whiskers is such a good
I
character.
loved that was the cat personality.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
The lovable, you're a good boy, is such a dog thing. And like the dog that they chose, perfect.
Yeah, that voice matched that
Match that dog. And the voice for the cat matched Mr. Whiskers
Yeah.
perfect. This little asshole. Just constantly, you have to kill.
Yeah,
You have to
I remember
feed
telling
your
him,
animalistic
you're-
instinct.
So what I don't get is, so I guess the voices are all him, obviously.
Yeah, it's like the angel and the devil. That's what he compared him to.
But when it's the girl he killed, the first girl he killed, she's also
Oh,
supporting.
she's feeding into it. Yeah.
She's also supporting him to kill.
Yeah, she needs a friend. Because at the end of the day, he's a serial killer.
So he just in
There's no way around
he
that.
just in his mind needs,
He's a killer.
he needs the justification to kill people.
Yeah.
Damn.
So even if they would have made it, maybe it would have distracted him from the sad thoughts a little bit longer. At the end of the day, unless he got rid of Mr. Whiskers and his internal monologue, then yeah.
If he got rid of the cat in the head, he'd probably been fine.
He probably would have been fine. Put the cat in the head and then threw them both away.
But why would you?
You could have just rolled him down a bowling alley.
But why would you? I guess I don't know. Why would you choose 2 out of the 3 to have those type of negative thoughts?
Because I think it's showing that the negative thoughts,
Outweigh the good thoughts.
yeah,
Okay.
for him. Like as much as he wants to be a normal functioning member of society, he will never be because of what happened to him and because of whatever was wrong with his mother.
But even then, with the second girl he killed, everything she said was just super like positive. So it was like
Yeah.
the cat and the dog had their personalities.
Yeah.
The first girl had that same bitch personality that will support him being a killer.
Mm-hmm. I need a friend.
But the second girl was just still nice,
Still nice.
still just super positive.
Yeah. I think the one that got the worst was the therapist. Poor lady.
Why is that?
Just because of everything she had to go through just for being somebody's therapist. My goodness. She was terrified.
At least she didn't die.
She
Although,
did not die.
My first thought after he killed the last girl in accounting who came over,
Yeah.
my first thought was, dude, you killed the entire accounting department.
Somebody's going to find something.
You work there.
Yeah.
You're not getting paid anytime soon.
Mm-mm. Paychecks are going to take forever.
Yeah.
But I don't think he cared. I think he owned the bowling alley. I don't think he worried about bills. Clearly that truck was paid for. He just had to get cat and dog food.
He owned the bowling alley?
He had to.
Why?
I don't know.
He lived above it?
Yeah.
Plenty of people live above businesses.
Yeah, but that wasn't a working business. It wasn't an active bowling alley.
Yeah,
It was
he's
shut down.
He's just renting out the room on top
I
of
think
it.
he owned the whole thing.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
You just think he does?
Yeah. That's just what my brain
So
told
no
me.
real reason is he owns all this.
He owned that whole
And the
building.
land that it's on.
Yeah.
Okay.
He knew where to hide the car. He didn't hide the cars very well at all. Because the other
Dude.
two dudes from the business found him immediately. They were like, we're out of here. We're going to go tell somebody.
Which I'm glad they did.
They're the smartest people in this movie.
Open the door. Nope. Don't want this. As you come down the steps, call the cops.
I thought he was going to get at least one dude.
No.
No, he's
I
only a
think he
woman killer. Do you
It does appear that way.
Do you think he's derived off of any particular serial killer? Do you think he was based off of any of them? Like a Ted Bundy or maybe like a fucked up Dahmer? I was wondering, is there any correlation with a serial killer? And for all of our true crime fans out there, let us know what you think.
The only one I thought of was Ed Gein.
Oh, Gein.
And just
Jesus Christ.
the whole mom thing.
Oh, yeah. And also mutilation of bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Ed Gein's the loose base Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
They're like, it's loosely based off of him.
Yeah.
What's crazy, dude, about Ed Gein is this guy I used to work for at Terminex, Dan Clanton was his name. He was the head of forensics for Virginia Beach Police Department for quite some years.
Uh-huh.
But he actually got to see the original case files on Ed Gein. And because
Why?
I was into like, because he taught classes, you know how, what's that show? Criminal Minds?
Ooh.
He was teaching courses like that.
Good show, by the way.
Great show, by the way. He was teaching courses like that about like understanding, you know, those things that make people whatever, and like seeing past like case files and what could lead up to somebody else being a serial killer, blah, blah, blah. But he told me that he actually had a couple pieces from Ed Gein's collection still, I do believe. But he said the stuff that he saw was unlike anything.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I don't think Ed Gein's stuff, unless you see like the actual documentation of what he did, because he's like one of those like lesser popular serial killers.
So I've seen pictures like on documentaries, like a chair he made.
Yeah, it's like people.
Yeah. I was like, dude.
Yeah. He saw those real
It was pretty good work, though.
pictures. Like the
Really?
real crime scene photos.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to if you're a cop and you're understanding forensics and you're trying to like teach courses on that stuff. But like true crime people lose their minds. Even me, I'm not like the biggest true crime guy, but like that stuff does intrigue me because I'm like, that's how my genre exists.
Yeah.
Because of the real people.
Yeah.
So it's crazy to think that you're a person that you thought I thought mine that I thought of was definitely I can't think of it now. I just said his name. Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
Yeah, just taking advantage of women because you were attractive enough to do so.
So
It's like a combination.
The only thing I don't think that I think it was Jerry in the movie.
Yeah, his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he knew he was that attractive to women like that.
Yeah, but at the same time, even though he didn't know it, it worked because he got 2 more because of it.
Well, he got 1 more because of it.
Why did the third one go there?
I think she went just to look for the second one.
Oh, okay.
Because she said she wasn't answering her phone and he wasn't either.
Oh,
And
that's right.
And she
Okay,
gave
you're right,
her
yeah.
the address so she'd know where she was and where the last place she should have been at.
Yeah.
So she went.
You're right.
So technically, it only got him the second one. I think he picked up on the second one being interested.
That's, I mean, it was going to work to his benefit until he realized he liked her.
It was either that or the fact of the first one wanting a friend and he just chose her direct coworker.
Yeah. But also there weren't other females.
He could have chose the third one.
Yeah. Okay. So my question for
Yeah.
you also, out of the 3 that we get,
Yeah.
who are you choosing first? Who are you trying to date first? Or who are you trying to take out first?
That's a very good question.
I know it is. I had to find something to talk about in this episode.
I think I would go number 2.
You're going with Anna Kendrick too?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Why?
Because she's just so nice.
Yeah.
And just seems just so genuinely happy. And that's me personally, based on past experiences and things like that. That's a trait that means a lot to me. Someone who's just a genuinely happy person.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I feel like most people will think I probably choose 3. But
I mean,
2.
My money was on 3.
I know it was.
Like $1,000 cash on 3.
What about you?
Also, we didn't get to know 3 enough to make that decision. She could have been just as sweet. We don't know that.
True.
You know.
So from what I know, I'm choosing 2. Although my eyes tell me 3. But 2, what I know tells me 2.
Yes. Yeah, Anna Kendrick's character for sure. I've always had a slight celebrity crush on Anna Kendrick.
Really?
I have. Maybe it's just because she's always so bubbly and she's so sweet.
She is very sweet.
She's very sweet.
Yeah.
But also, I don't like the first one at all. Like, even if she wasn't a bitch, I don't like her. I don't like the way she looks. I know she thinks she's hot to trot.
Yeah.
She thinks she's the town catch, and she hates that she's better than this place. And it's just like,
she has her English accent.
We wouldn't be able to hold a
everything.
conversation for long. I would stab her just on behalf of boredom.
There you go.
You know?
So she's murdered either way.
Murdered either way.
Bam. Now we know.
Yeah. And 3, I don't know enough about her. Also, she doesn't necessarily fit my like personal taste preference.
Yeah.
It's a thing. But also, like, even if it's like I didn't know all of them, looks, I'm going Anna Kendrick, but then also personality was Anna Kendrick as well.
True. Okay. Yeah.
I loved her character. And also she was like just sweet enough.
Even at just a
like,
head, she
quirky.
was super sweet.
Just quirky.
Yeah.
You know? I also would have noticed that she was giving me attention versus the British girl.
Yeah. Immediately.
Yeah.
'Cause when she brings up going out for drinks, do you want to come?
Yeah. You don't. Yeah. Are you coming? Like, that's such a messed up scene. And the fact that she still gives him a chance, I'm like, Anna.
Yeah. Well,
What's her name in the movie?
Well, sometimes you invite someone to go out somewhere. They ask if someone else is coming. You're like, yeah, they're coming too. You're not thinking anything of it, but you know,
Yeah.
they're not there for you.
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
it is.
The parallels we can make
I know.
with this episode. Or you can make. I mean,
It didn't hit me till just now.
yeah. How far off do you think you are currently from just murdering people? I mean, because you started off with some animosity in this episode.
Yeah, I did. I did start off.
So I just want to know if I have to worry about alibis or anything here soon. You know my house. You know where I live. You can come hide out. Like what? How we doing over here, man? We doing good?
Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
I'm pretty
All right,
far.
baby, we're good.
I'm pretty far. I did come off very aggressive.
Yeah, man. I mean, we've both definitely said some stuff that could get us imprisoned.
Like I was like, you know something, I'm fucking coming for you.
Yeah,
All right?
yeah.
I'm not, guys. We're good.
You know who you are.
What about you?
I'm golden, dude.
Of course you are.
Yeah, of course I am. Yeah. You would have asked me
In
last.
your own little perfect fucking world.
You would have asked me a year ago, dude. I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. But I've had some pretty cool stuff happen of late, so
Yeah, man.
I'm a happy guy. And it's weird. I know the podcast doesn't probably hear that very often.
That you're happy?
Yeah. I found me a lady. And things are going well.
That's good.
And I don't envision murdering people too often
Good.
anymore.
So you're not borderline going to murder anybody anytime soon.
Oh no, I still could. That Cowboys fan on Sunday. Oh yeah, I could have killed him.
So speaking of which, since
Yeah.
you brought it up,
Yeah,
aside from the movie,
yeah,
if you're going to talk shit about sports,
yeah. Let's just go ahead and go on this little rant real quick.
own up to your fucking team, dude.
Yeah, yeah. I know we don't talk sports a lot on this podcast. Me and Jake are both very, very strong sports fans.
We are.
And we got into a situation on Sunday where we were out with friends, of which are the bartenders. And these people know us for years.
Yeah.
They've known of us. They know our fandom. They know what we're about, how we are, how we act. Sports are very serious amongst the J Squared Horror Podcast.
That they are.
And there was this individual on Sunday that just kept throwing shade towards us.
We try to ignore him at first.
I ignored him for a good 2 quarters of the football game.
Yeah.
But then it wouldn't stop. But I also noticed the way his head would turn when he would say stuff, which was directed at me, Jake, and my friend Frank. I'm not liking it anymore. But I could tell that he knew Justin, who's Frank's brother, the bartender. I was like, it's not worth it. It's not worth me being an asshole to this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know who his allegiance is to. Maybe he's just a troll of the sports world.
Which we thought at first.
Those guys do exist. They suck. They're just as bad as the type of person we're talking about right now. We go outside, first cigarette. We come back inside, and my team, the Green Bay Packers, ended up beating the Chicago Bears. And this guy decides that it's okay to make a very uncalled for comment, which is where my quarterback, who is a young mixed man, is having a post-game interview on winning a game that got his team into the playoffs his first year as a quarterback. And he says, who gave him the permission to speak?
So when he first said it,
Ooh.
my immediate thought was,
Mm-hmm.
it's a race thing.
It's a race thing.
Hopefully it's not.
I mean, his friend was like mixed or something.
You can do ask your dude right next to you.
Yeah, ask him right here. Right here.
Who gave y'all right to talk?
I couldn't let that one lie.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Because if it was that one thing,
Yeah.
that is not okay around me at all. You can simply drop a rap and say a word that I'm not okay with people saying of my race, and I get upset.
Yeah.
Because I have my people in my life, and I also know that it's not cool. Well, this guy decided to chime the fuck in with some shit like that. So I said, very nicely, I said, well, he did. His actions gave him the ability to speak for what just happened.
Yeah.
That's it. And this motherfucker got so disgruntled
He did.
that he not only repeated said comment, but then tried to I was just saying, like, who gave him the permission to talk? And once again, kindly, I say, hey, I look at him because I'm a man. I'm not scared of him. And I go, he did. And I point at the TV because Jordan Love is still speaking, winning a game that got his team into the playoffs his first year as a quarterback. He then got his check and left. Proved everything I needed to know. So Buddy in the flannel jacket that was at Chicho's on Sunday, we found out that you're a Cowboys fan. We are playing the Cowboys come this Sunday at 4:30, and I hope to see you at the bar, my guy, because win or lose, I'm going to make your life a living hell because you're a piece of shit and you don't deserve to be a fan of sports. That's all.
All right.
Fuck that guy. Sorry, that was a weird tangent that we went on, but I guess we had to get it off our chest.
Yeah. I was kind of still thinking about it.
It's been bothering me for days.
Yeah.
I think it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, it's still very fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you surprised at the ending of this movie?
No.
No.
I knew, one, he wouldn't get away with it.
Of course not.
I knew that. And two, I also somehow knew he wasn't going to kill his therapist.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't going to kill her. No. He just really needed her to say that he's okay. It's all going to be okay.
We could have done this at the fucking office.
He didn't have to
You
kidnap
didn't
me
have
and
to
show me these
kidnap me.
heads.
Show me a head. I'm sure that it's probably smelled fucking terrible.
Oh,
in
could
there.
you imagine how bad it smelled in his house?
Well,
There's
it's not-
shit everywhere.
It's funny though when they threw like the gas bombs in.
Yeah.
And she was like, "I smell gas." They didn't give her a mask.
No, nothing. No.
Okay, you smell it. So what?
Yeah, the cops in this movie were very horror.
We're here to save you.
cop-esque. Yeah.
Get up.
Come on.
Like, don't hurt him. We're gonna hurt him.
Yeah, we're going to hurt him.
If
Very
we
bad.
find him, he's dead.
He's dead.
Just so you know.
So what happened at the end?
I think he went down
He went to the bowling alley.
into the bowling alley. Yeah.
Yeah. Did he burn up at the building, you
I
think?
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like he fell down or something, or like the air got to him, or the gas or something, smoke got to him.
Yeah.
He just laying there with his eyes open.
Oh, but then it's the greatest ending of any horror movie of all time, where they just pop out into song,
Yeah.
and it's fucking beautiful.
It was good. And you got to hear Anna Kendrick
Anna
sing.
Kendrick sang again.
Yeah.
And also Ryan Reynolds song.
Yeah. So I thought, okay.
Yeah. Super white backdrop reminded me of the peanut butter and jelly fight
Yeah. And
from
all their bright colors and
Rod?
everything. It was good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Hot Rod in a while.
Dude, I love that movie.
Let's give it-
When he's all knocked out and he has the peanut butter and jelly fight in heaven.
That's a good
Or
movie.
it's, what is it?
Good old Andy.
grilled cheese.
Good old Andy Samberg.
Andy Samberg's great. I also listened to Lonely Island 3 different days last week.
Oh.
I love their albums.
Have you listened to the one where they're like Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire?
Which one's that?
It's called The Bash Brothers.
Oh, yeah. I also love any of the Justin Timberlake ones.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
Any of them. Dick in a Box, Mother Lover.
Oh. I'm a mother.
I'm a mother lover, you're a mother lover. We should
Look at each other's mouth. It's so good.
Oh, it's so
It is
good.
good, yeah.
Oh man, what is it? And yeah, I love Lonely Island. I don't like Popstar. That movie that came out it was trash.
Boo.
But Lonely Island's great. Natalie Portman's rap I can do word for word verbatim any day of the week. Love that.
Again, the good old days of SNL.
Good old days of SNL, man.
Yeah.
We just watched Wayne's World before we started the episode, and we were reminded of the good old days of Saturday Night Live. Man. I don't know what happened.
I still watch SNL now
I don't.
because
I haven't watched it in a long time.
I love it, so I still watch it. a lot of like the heavy hitters are gone.
Yeah.
All you have left is now is Keenan.
He's still fighting the fight, though.
20 years, I think.
Yeah.
If not plus. I think he's their longest tenured now.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Because he never got an opportunity to get bigger. It
Damn.
sucks.
He had like a show for a short stint.
He did.
On NBC.
Yeah.
Canceled. Boo.
Yeah.
No good. Although on SNL now, there's 3 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Please Don't Destroy. They're like on YouTube and shit.
Okay.
And now they're on SNL
Oh, nice.
as writers, and they have their own skit every time. They're very funny.
Okay. I'll have to check those out.
They're good, yeah.
Do you like Tim Robinson at all? The dude that does I Think You Should Leave?
Yeah.
I love
he was on
that
there
dude.
for a
I
short
love
stint,
him,
too. Yeah.
dude. And obviously, because of...
I don't know why they got rid of him.
I don't know, but he did I Think You Should Leave, and it's some of the greatest skit work I've seen in a long time. I mean, me and my friend Veda quote that shit to each other daily.
Have you seen that show, Detroiters, he was on?
No.
Check that out.
I'm going to have to check that out.
That's good, yeah.
See, on the J Squared Horror Podcast, you don't just get horror. You get sports, you get SNL, you get comedy, you get all of the above, especially on an episode about the voices with a comedic actor like Ryan Reynolds. All right, that's
Has
the movie,
he ever
man.
hosted SNL?
He's had to have. Had to have.
I can't think of a single skit. I'm sure he has.
I just feel like he's had to have.
Yeah.
I just really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right, we're
The
done.
voices.
Okay.
That's it. That's the movie. Yeah. All right. On a scale from 1 to 10, bud, what do you rate? What do you rate the voices from 2014?
On a scale from 1 to 10, I rank voices a 6.5.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
That's a great rating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
On a scale from 1 to 10, I am in 100% agreement with you.
Really?
It's a 6.5, dude.
Damn.
It's a great time. It's a fun movie, but obviously it's not like some upper echelon of a movie. I enjoyed every bit of it. There's nothing I would really pick apart about this movie at all. And I know our ratings are always tricky as far as like what exactly we mean. But in the comedy horror world, I feel like it does very well. It's enjoyable for most people to watch.
I agree. This is one movie I will probably watch again.
I'll rewatch it.
Yeah.
It's definitely fun for anybody that's
I
into
enjoyed
like
it.
true
Yeah.
crime or like
Yeah.
serial killers. So I like that aspect. And it's also Ryan Reynolds and something that you wouldn't expect him to be in, and he does a really good job in it.
Very true.
Yeah, this was Jake's idea. I'm stoked that he decided to go with it. I just watched it. I didn't rewatch it. I just watched it like last week, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. I came across this just randomly, and I was like, oh, Ryan Reynolds voices. And it was like white with like him and like the dog and the cat, and I was like, click. And I watched it, and I was like, I gotta tell more people about this movie. So I'm happy you were stoked to watch it and cover it. Yeah, we have no idea what we're going to cover next week. That's kind of been January's thing so far. So if you guys want, you know the rule. Go to the website, www.jsquaredhorrorpodcast.com, or hit us up on Instagram. Hit us up on our email, jsquaredhorror@gmail.com, and request an episode idea. I'll go through our inbox right now, and if anybody sent some at the latter part of last year that I didn't get to because of Happy Horror Days, we'll start organizing and figuring that out. As always, a humongous shout out to our main supporters, Jeff Balance, who does all of our design work. The sign you see behind us on YouTube every week, if you see us in person, our stickers, our merchandise that have J Squared on it are all done by Jeff Balance himself. If you need any graphic design work at all, let us know. We'll get you in contact with them. He gives you pretty good prices and does amazing work. So a big shout out to you, Jeff. You're amazing, and we love you, bud. Another huge shout out goes to Mr. Lucky Riggs himself. The intro music that you hear is done by Mr. Lucky Riggs. The outro music that you hear is done by Mr. Lucky Riggs. We hit him up with some crazy horror rock and roll ideas, and he knocked them out of the park. So thank you so much, Lucky, for doing an amazing job with that. A humongous shout out to the world's greatest co-host, a guy I could ask for, Mr. Jake. Thank you for choosing this episode for us to cover this week. Yeah. It was a weird episode, but here we are, weird. 50 minutes in, doing our thing.
We covered a lot of information.
We talked about all sorts of stuff. It's definitely a conversation-based podcast this week.
Yeah, definitely.
I almost started walking through it at the beginning, and I was like, whoa, no, we're not doing that shit again. So thank you for always being willing. Weather's crazy out there tonight, so thank you for still coming over and recording an episode for our fans. Huge shout out to every single one of you guys that chime in and listen to us every single week. The last couple months, we've seen a humongous growth in subscribers and followers, and it's been a lot of fun. We're hoping to grow a lot more this year, so keep sharing us, keep telling people about us, If there's anything you don't like or you do like, let us know so we can critique it to be exactly what you guys want. Yeah, that's all I got to say this week. You got anything to add, bud?
Nope.
All right. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the J Squared Horror Podcast. My name is Josh.
And I'm Jake.
You guys have a great week, and always remember, it's hip to be squared.